Hey there, I'm Ian Douglas. I'm the author of the website techinterview.guide, and I'm here to help people with career advancement and interview preparation. My live stream on Twitch covers topics such as company research, how to build resumes and cover letters, applying for the job, getting through interviews, and what to do during negotiations. I've coached thousands and thousands of people over the years to get jobs at the biggest tech companies in the industry, and I'm here to help you too. The following episode is taken from a longer live stream event and may contain interactions with other people in chat. Check out the end of the episode for more information. Let's get to it. So we had a question in chat from Andy GMB. It says, I'm curious if you have any advice here. I've got a friend who has 2 years of customer support and bookkeeping experience in a family business who wants to get out of it, and I would like to help him look for a job on the tech ladder. He doesn't have any tech experience and doesn't really know what to apply for. I don't know what he could go for other than customer support roles in tech companies. If he's got, he or she, it's a he, so just want to make sure I'm using the right pronouns. So if they have customer support experience and bookkeeping experience, I would say like any kind of financial service business is probably going to be helpful. And you're right, they're probably going to have to start in some sort of computer. I was thinking CS, and my default goes to computer science. Some sort of customer service or customer support kind of role. If they do that within a financial company, then it eases up on some of the training that that company has to do. And so that's the added benefit that that person brings to the company. So you'll hear me say on the stream quite a lot that, you know, how you get really noticed and set yourself apart when you're applying to these jobs with different companies is to show them the value that you bring to the company. And the primary way that you can do that is to show them that you've already got a background in something, you've already got some training in a particular area, or you're able to help in some sort of way that is going to make their job easier, their life easier. Something about their team is about to be easier because they're hiring you. That's really what you want to sell people on. And so the idea here is if they get into another financial-based business, they already have that background. And so even though they may be stepping into another customer support role or a customer service role, they understand, because of the financial services and the bookkeeping kind of thing, they already understand the importance of what that customer is probably calling about, or they may understand a little more about what that product is already about, or they may have some suggestions to provide around how to make experiences better within the software, that sort of thing. Now, if they want to get into like the actual tech side of it and they want to get into some programming or something like that, then you know, they could, you know, maybe start in that customer service kind of role and then start learning some coding or something on the side, and then see if they can do a transition, do like a lateral move into like an engineering department or something like that. That would be a pretty significant boost as far as like income and things like that. But getting your foot in the door in a customer support role is actually a really good way to get into tech companies. A lot of people don't like it. They think, oh, once I'm in a CS kind of role, I'm never going to get out of it. Or once I get into a QA role, I'm never going to get out of it. I'm going to get sort of pigeonholed in that, and no one's ever going to think of me as anything else. And that's not true. You can always pivot into some other kind of role as long as you have a story to tell and say, you know, I started out as customer service because I wanted to understand things from the user's perspective, and now as a developer, I'm going to have a lot more sort of user experience knowledge to kind of work with. So that would be the kind of thing that I would sort of position there. So even getting started in a CS kind of role would be a good way to sort of get involved there. So find some kind of financial business. I think they're going to have an easier time getting into a tech-based finance company. And you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, go apply it into it and go work on the TurboTax software or something like that. But that could be a way to sort of get their foot in the door. Like find a bank, find an insurance company, you know, some kind of, you know, group. You know, there's a lot of companies out there called fintech or financial technology, or DeFi, which is decentralized finance. A lot of those companies are hiring quite a lot these days. And so I think that could be a potential way for them to find a role in a tech company that would allow them to sort of utilize the skills that they have and really differentiate themselves as an applicant. And then from there, think about, do they want to get into, kind of like what you followed up with in chat, saying go like customer service to dev support to engineering. Potentially, yeah. I've seen people go straight from support into engineering if they're learning code on the side and they want to do some software or something like that on the side. They can absolutely transition like straight into an engineering role. They don't even need to do like developer support. Every company is going to be a little bit different though. And so that could be something that as they're doing company research, they could maybe find like other entry-level devs and say like, hey, did you go through a customer service role? Or if they find a company where they're interested, go find their list of employees on LinkedIn and go find like some junior devs, entry-level devs, and go look at their journey, see whether they started out as a customer support rep and then moved into an engineering role. LinkedIn does allow you to do some amount of filtering on people within a company. And so you might be able to say like what was their previous role and what was their current role. And you might be able to do some searching there just to see like, has anybody in the company, like, have they already set a precedent? I'm thinking of like legal proceedings. When you have a precedent, it's a lot easier to convince the company to do it again, as long as it's working out okay with that other employee, to say, hey, I see that you've actually moved someone from customer service into development. I've already been chatting with that person about what that journey was like. And so that's what I want to transition into as well. Now, when you apply for that CS role, the customer service role, you don't want to apply for that job and they say, why do you want to work here? And say, well, I want to be an engineer at your company someday, but I want to start in support. They're less likely to hire you. Like they want to know that you're coming in to help them on the support team. And you could say like, eventually I want to, think about learning, some software development, but I'm really passionate about helping people out in this capacity. And, I've already got this background in bookkeeping or finance or whatever, and I want to apply those skills here and also apply my customer service, customer support kind of skills as well. That's where you're going to win them over. And then once you get the job, then you can start kind of dropping little bits here and there and say like, oh, I'm thinking about doing software development and I'm learning some stuff on the side. And can you transition into engineering from there? But it's really up to them and where they want to lead their career as well. Not everybody is well suited for software development. A lot of people are. It's really like, it comes down to like problem solving and puzzle solving from there. So those would be a couple of ideas that I would have about like how to get into the tech industry from a completely unrelated, sort of technical background. There's still lots and lots of jobs in the tech industry that you can apply for that aren't programming. And you can still get a good job with a good tech company and still make good money, especially the fintech and the DeFi kinds of companies. They have raised a lot of money, and so they're probably going to have a lot of money in the bank. There's a bit of a downturn right now with some of the stuff going on in the markets. But I think once that sort of smooths out and settles out a little bit, I think we'll see. I think we'll start to see those jobs kind of bump up again. But those are the kinds of roles that every company is going to need. They're going to need customer support and onboarding and things like that. So, have your friend reach out too. I'd be happy to help them out with different bits of advice and so on too. Thanks for checking that out. I hope that you found it helpful. I always appreciate feedback, so please let me know what you think. I appreciate any subscriptions, so please tell your friends and colleagues about it as well. Check out the website techinterview.guide for more information about when I'm live streaming and all of my free content. Drop by a live stream anytime to ask questions or message me privately, whatever makes you most comfortable. See you next time.